Welcome back, everyone, to another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yes, I did have to look at the name stream. I don't know why I had to, but I had to. Now, as we get the game audio going here. There we go. We hopefully will be getting through this case in this stream. I'm willing to take a little bit longer on it just to get finished with it. But hopefully we get through with this. I don't feel like we got a lot to go. We essentially, I think, have narrowed it down to like 2 people. I think. I could be wrong. I think we've essentially narrowed it down to 2 people. Hey, Jaren, welcome to the stream, man. So, we're going to try and finish this in this stream. Cross your fingers and toes. We can do it. What happened with the... Wait, no. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh? Which means that the killer has to be one of them. As I stated, we got 2 suspects. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio Dos, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? I, conveniently, right before the stream, no joke, was legitimately thinking of the motive behind him taking the costume. That's a legit thing. I was thinking about it. I was trying to figure out, I was like, why would he take the costume? I think I know the motive. I want to see if the game tells me. Because I think I know the motive. What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we That's what we have to find out. Any ideas? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP. WP? Powers. Right. Off to the detention center to go talk to Wolvie. October 19th, detention center. Visitor's room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off of your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Okay, Wolvie, what do you know? Give me the dirt. On Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. I thought I was the one asking the questions. Did she just Rowdy Piper me? Right when I thought I was asking the questions, she started asking them? Maya taking charge. She's the Michaels, I'm the Janetti in this tag team.
He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business.
How long that dude been acting? Because if I remember correctly from the shot of when he was murdered, Mr. Hammer did not look very old. I mean, I'm just saying.
But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
Maya, you were the only one. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you were the only one looking forward to that sequel.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
We got her hook, line, and sinker. Right there, we've got a motive. We know now why one Jack Hammer headed to Studio 2. His mind was that of murder. He wanted to murder one Miss Vasquez. But Miss Vasquez knew. She was ready to go. She saw the Silver Samurai outfit, but she knew who was under that mask. So she took things into her own hands. I'm probably wrong. 5 years ago? Okay, before we get to the elephant in the room, let's go with director Sal Manella. So, you tell me anything about Mr. Manella?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. I mean, he still should be. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manella.
I just want to point out, Sal Manella is literally like his career path is just James Gunn. Sal Manella is James Gunn. Let that sink in for a second. Sal Manella's gonna direct Guardians of the Galaxy.
I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks...
Wait, what was it? It was like Cartman.
And all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. That's a fat joke. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares to tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing. We've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Just forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
He's heard rumors about the producer, who happens to be female. I think she'd be sleeping with talent. Oh, looky here. We get to do the voice that everyone loves so much. October 19th, Global Studios, main gate.
Wright sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah.
I bet we could even get those donuts in the guard station if we wanted.
You eat, you die.
Woo! She's alive.
About Mr. Hammer? I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh. She's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stop. He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Well, if you'd calm down a bit, can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Oh, Sal. He's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. He's, the one dude from prison school. Ooh. Okay, Sal, I see how you roll. Didn't watch Prison School yet? Ooh. I mean, it's a good show, but woo! That show, man. That show. Woo! That show.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Maya. Apparently Phoenix likes being treated like dirt, if anything is to be insinuated from that. I was wondering about D. Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. Yep, I'm sure they do. Sure they do. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her. So sorry. What did she do? What is so bad that the heads of the studio don't want anybody talking about her? What did they know? What did she do? This is bigger than sleeping with talent to the head of the studio. Okay, bye-bye. October 19th, Studio 1 entrance.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2.
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer.
Before we do that, I actually want to go back and go to the employee area. October 19th, Global Studios employee area.
I guess they're not filming today either. I didn't want to see them filming. I did want to see them filming. Just one time.
Woo! This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. This is where you found the bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's any other clues lying around.
Oh, no, no, no. No touching. No touching. Don't you touch shit. I see you, lawyer pants. Don't you be touching shit. This is my case. I'm here. There's police tape everywhere. You just can't see it. It's invisible police tape that I got from Party City. Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry, dear. That extra dialogue. Hey, if I see a sense to, if I see a point to ad lib, I will ad lib and make it enjoyable. Didn't mean to frighten juice. Didn't mean to frighten juice.
Didn't mean I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatic. It's not dramatic. Dramatique? What? I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. You know, I'd be a Broadway star if I was still back in New York. I'm just saying. Broadway, the movies. You know, I'd make a great cop in the movies. You knows. You knows. Dramatique indeed. Anyways, I'm here to explain the plate on that there table. Not explain it, examine it. I spoke wrong, but that's no... Don't you be questioning me, lawyer. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. You knows what they do in the big labs. That's me. That's me. Yeah, I want to save Edgeworth for the end. I want to know about Edgeworth last.
So, you're looking for traces of sleeping pills? How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. Yous know. They gotta do them special science bullshits that I don't knows nothing about. I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. Look at this little thing. Look at it. Ain't it cute? This reacts to these sleeping pills. See, it's kind of like them, you know, them UV lights. Yeah, them UV lights they use in bedrooms. Oh no, we don't need to talk about that. There's traces. He'll change the color.
Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
Now, everything in due time, pal. No UV lights here, please. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed colors, alright. Look at that. That's not the same color I put on that plate, I'll tell you what. So the food on the plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Looks just like it. Hey. How goes your investigation, detective? To tell you the truth, it's a real mess, pal. We haven't found shit. We haven't found shit since we've been here. Some people think we should pursue the case we already has against Powers. God damn it. Some people, they think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it. I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I sees the evidence. I sees it. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. What about Edgeworth? How was Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control, man. He been going batshit insane, bouncing off walls. You should see his hair. It is not perfectly made right now. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. And he didn't didn't even make a move, man. He didn't flinch. He didn't yell. It was like he was just used to it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Third degree.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth.
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups. Bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jackhammer's prints all over the bottle.
So that means...
Yup. Sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Okay, nice talking with you, Gumshoe. Oh shit, it's Penny. I don't remember what her voice was. I know it was kind of plain, but I don't remember her voice.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, and I'm real grateful for all you've done, but... This week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No!
There we go. I think I held that long enough. Her childhood is dead. It's just like all the shows from Cartoon Network that I used to watch that got canceled. We gotta know about this last episode first.
What do you mean? The last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
Are we sure Global Studios isn't just Cartoon Network? They're like, this kid stuff ain't working no more. We need a programming block. It's called Adult Swim.
What? Why?
I don't know.
It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Before we talk about that studio policy, though, I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer?
Yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh. I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too!
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. Yeah. I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. Who said that he went there to kill Vasquez? I knew it! I knew it! I knew it. Salmonella's too stupid. Like, if Vasquez was the only one that made any sense. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt, you know, bad stuff. It wasn't the right stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? Studio policy first. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. That's believable. That is believable. They're never going to speak its name. They're not going to talk about the accolades. They're not even going to talk about it on their streaming platform when you try and zoom forward. It's just going to say Shawn Michaels and Triple H in world title action. Yeah. They want it quiet. They want it quiet. You understand?
How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
Yeah, like you know that kid that we bribed. I don't remember his name for some reason. Him. It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. No, they won't. That kid has a katana. It may be plastic, but he has a katana. They'll find a new hero to follow. It doesn't work like that, Penny. It don't work like that. You don't fill that hole. It stays there. You don't fill that hole. You don't do it.
No, that can't be true. If the programming just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence, rather than words, is called for here. Hence, take a look at this! This is a child's picture book! And when I say that, I mean a book full of pictures he took. And this is... a fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. And this is... I'll tell you, man, this game is, like, it's so relevant right now with almost everything it brings up. Like, it is so relevant. Like, this type of thing happens constantly with television. I would think you... I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago, Miss Penny? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. I wasn't here 5 years ago. I literally just got out of, like, high school then. Apparently, she probably got out of high school, what, like 2 years ago? She was in high school 5 years ago. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died. And it was Hammer's fault. Vengeance.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public?
That's not how that works. You don't make accidents fully public most of the time. There's that one, they were shooting a scene and it was on like train tracks or something, and a train came and hit somebody. I think that's a scene in a movie that someone died. That's an actual thing. Something like that. Unless there's some crazy planning. Yeah, unless there's some crazy evil doing. You don't hide an accident. Yeah, there was... I don't remember what the movie was. I think it was a Kevin Smith movie. I think he was the director. And someone died on that set. I remember that. I remember hearing that. I don't remember how exactly. I think they were on train tracks or something. Don't remember.
Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out.
It can't be any worse than Kevin Spacey. I mean, come on. I mean, I think just saying, pedophilia, a lot worse than sexual assault, a lot worse than death in Hollywood. Just saying.
I see.
You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Yeah, I know. I've seen how old she is. Thanks. We'll try asking her. She's probably not gonna tell us shit. If she'll talk. Thanks, Penny. You were helpful. You're nice people. Bye, Gumshoe. What? You're still slinking around. If you like this place so much, why don't you take over for me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do you think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer.
She's starting to froth in the mouth, Nick.
She's becoming rabid.
Maybe we should keep a safe distance.
6 feet. We got social distance. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. I think I pushed a button. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nicholas? Nichols?
Nichols? Nick? Penny Nichols? That assistant we talked to?
Oh no, that's Phoenix. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? I mean, he almost did. That's so convenient. A man was almost killed by a jackhammer in Saudi Arabia. Man, everything comes back to WWE with this game. Everything. Whippersnappers? Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that. And the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun. No. I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I mean, yeah, we got sleeping pills. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills. With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints all on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Was that a sexual innuendo by an old woman? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat the steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Shudders. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. She pulls out the Shane McMahon.
Miss Old Bag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired. See, tired of holding it all in. Miss Old Bag? You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. Whom is this paparazzi and where can I get my hands on that photo? That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. Huh. That's a weird picture of Miss Vasquez, just saying. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. Do we need any more evidence? We have literal words coming out of someone's mouth stating that someone has ties to the mafia. Guilty. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Old Bag?
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Old Bag.
Here, take this. A photograph? Can I look at this photograph? Because every time I do, it probably won't make me laugh. Are their eyes getting so big? Is there anything on Jimmy's head? Holy shit! Look at this photograph! Dude got impaled! Legit dude got impaled. That's... oh god. Ew. Well, wait a second. This is the picture. Jared, don't give me that face. You know it was a great joke. It was pun related, saying that we were getting a photograph. It was Nickelback related, which the internet hates, which is always a good thing. You know, it was great. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into the flower box fiends. I want to know how he fell that way, though. A strange way to fall. That means he fell sideways. It's weird. That's weird. But, how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo. Thanks, Miss Old Bag. I don't think we'll have to talk to you anymore. We now got a photograph. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance. gonna show Miss Vasquez. She's gonna really hate us. And she's probably guilty of murder.
Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello?
Oh, not this again.
H-G-L-L-O.
Oh, well, there she actually did that. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clowns. That's all she had to say, apparently. I'm gonna work our way up to Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila, Miss Vasquez? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer by yourselves. Oh. Oh dear.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai.
I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai.
You did it?
No.
You did it? Nick, she did it. She's the killer.
I mean, you're right. You're damn right. She's probably the killer, but, like, I mean, calm down, Maya.
My fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it.
Oh dear.
Excuse me, Mr. Hammer.
Hey, Raj is in the building. Welcome, Raj. You missed me making a phenomenal Nickelback joke that, Jaren didn't like.
Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... I freaking get shushed, goddamn bitch.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clowns. I'm not interested in talking to you.
Do something, Nick! She's really ticking me off!
Oh dear. Oh no. Fuck, we got nothing. Whoops. Oh shit, I should move back out there. You just got back from watching the Mr. Rogers movie with starring Tom Hanks. How was it, Raj? How was it? That looked really, really good. And it's Tom Hanks, so he's always good in whatever he does. October 19th, Studio 2 trailer.
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here.
It was really good. It made you cry. Hey, that's good. That's a sign of a good emotional movie. I mean, that makes you cry. The Benoit 2-part Dark Side of the Ring got me really emotional. I mean, that thing. Whew. Oh Lord, that thing was heartbreaking. And then we had the Emotions of Monday stream. God. It's been an emotional week. It's been an emotional week. Then we had at least some excitement in yesterday's stream, at least. And for some reason, my text is now in Comic Sans. Where's the problem there? I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Look around this damn place. Fuck are we gonna find? This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. Sing Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. What the hell do samurai sing about?
Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune.
Did you see the movie poster? Yeah, I did. I saw the movie poster edit you posted in Discord. I saw it right before the stream started. I saw it. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not the best of the edits, but it's not bad.
Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know.
Singing samurai stars. What's next? Ninja ballet? It's not ballet, Cole. Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. This poster's quite old.
Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great.
Typical summer romance. With a samurai on a horse? Old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. Guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Nothing's in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Okay. Looks like they were designing a set for use for the Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much the set costs. Can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. I think that's all we're gonna be able to look at here. Glass is frosted. I can't see outside. This far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Winter's coming, apparently. Wow, really? Man, I thought there would be something in there. Hey! Hi, Miss. How you doing? Examine this one right here. There's some flowers here.
Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these.
Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Now, don't it? Hey, I was just watching Game of Thrones. There you go. The game knows, Jaren. Trailer door. It's unlocked. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film sets. These look like materials for making a movie set.
They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard.
She poofed! Wait. She poofed. She poofed. Oh, no, there she is. I was about to say, she poofed away. Am I making it? I'll post in the Discord. Okay. Okay, Raj, whenever I'm on there, I will take notice. Here we go. This is why I was waiting for. I didn't remember that you had to press present. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, old bag. Old?
She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. Yeah, not much for words now, are you? The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
Nick, she went inside the trailer.
She's gonna kill me with something in the trailer, ain't she? There's something here. She's gonna stab me. Oh. Another rain edit, I see.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh. I hadn't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But, you were the cause! You pressured him! And I think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean?
Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident?
No. 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 No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? You're calling this murder?
That is what I mean.
Well, where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident?
Don't you dare turn Mike Trout into a demon man. That man is great. He's so nice, it seems. Seems like a good guy.
And I ran him hard, believe me.
I did see the Texans trade, and there are Texans fans actually trying to say that, oh, they traded DeAndre Hopkins for so much. It's a terrible deal. It is a terrible deal. Brayden Cooks has not been good since he was on the Saints, in my opinion. So, he had one solid year with New England, but that was about it.
But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too.
So that's why she had the photo.
She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence, boys.
Who's the dude on the right? That dude's getting a gun. I know it. He's got his hand in his jacket. He's ready to go. That guy's gonna murder us all. She's got a Victor Zsasz. She's got John Travolta in Grease. A dude that somewhat kind of looks like the priest from Alucard, just with darker hair. And a PI who carries a gun. That's her mafia crew. Victor Zsasz, John Travolta from Grease, the discount version of the priest from Hellsing, and a PI with a gun. Who are they?
Professionals. They're good at erasing various things.
What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. Now, how unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why? Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Think I held that long enough? We just got taken out by the mafia. Aw, shit, it's the savior that we didn't know we needed. It's the hero we didn't know we needed, but we rightfully deserve. Now, yous boys holds it right there. Don't you go messing around with the lawyers. I heard everything, pal. I heard it all with my 2 giant ears on my face. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me. Right now. And don't think you're gonna use your big boys to erase me. I can't be erased. I was drawn with pen. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. Well, shit. Hey. You's okay, pal? You's okay? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. Had to make a big one. You knows how I do. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. So I kind of just did what I did. I should have had some pyro. Maybe some entrance music would have been nice, probably. Detective Gumshoe? Thank you. I was really scared. Huh. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Just doing what I do. I do for a living is saving people. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry. It's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Yes. I'm Batman. Okay, now we got that out of the way. I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Probably at the court hearing tomorrow. I'm sure that'll be it.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. To be continued next time on Dragon Ball Z. You know what, Raj? I give it to you. The demonic Mike Trout actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, here we go. The last trial. I'm ready. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Order in my court. Court is now in session for the trial of one Mr. Will Bowers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. I mean decisive. I don't want to be focused away from my wonderfully made fanfiction anytime soon. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. In their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Yes, very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. No pun intended. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Pun intended. He has to live with the pun. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Fucking Vasquez, he's the fucking prosecutor. He's on your side. Here we go. D. Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Ugh. Why do my witnesses always suck? Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her fucking pay.
Yeah, okay, right. Got it. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down. So to speak. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4 o'clock. You're making Phoenix Wright a demon? Somewhere deep down, I believe Phoenix Wright is a demon. Deep, deep down. He's got that dark side. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. Bullshit, I calls it. Yes, quite. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. What? A van? There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with the monkey's head toppling over. Ooh, so the van is not... Okay. I see. Yes. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Ugh. Get time out there. Let's talk a bit here. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Is it terse or terse? I guess terse. Yes. Oh dear. Oh shit! Went too far. There we go. Okay, gotta press that. Gotta find out a little bit more. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on. Let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Me and Edgeworth gonna team up on her. We're gonna take her out. And we're gonna get the Mafia to take her out. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. You forgot? Maybe you could try remembering? Wright and Edgeworth about to make this a handicap match. Yep. No. The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me to the Studio 2 van. Take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh. Alright. Forgot about that. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. Shit. It was a 15-minute break. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sam. No. I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Wait a minute! No, that's the one in the employee area. Where's Sal? Do I not have evidence of that? I feel like I should have evidence of that.
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kind of wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere.
I entered the trailer a little before noon. What do we have evidence on? Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Wait a minute. Rehearsal afterwards, so he went to steal one. No. Regular meeting. Why do I feel like I don't have the evidence that I need for this? I feel like if I had Salmonella's testimony, that could counteract this, because I feel like he said that he ate her steak. At 2:30 they took the break. I legitimately am stuck here. I don't know what exactly the evidence is to use here. I think it's Mr. Monkey's head. I think. But I'm not sure where it goes. Because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to do much if I hadn't gotten all the evidence. I wouldn't have been able to move on without all the evidence. Because then you just can't win at all. They wouldn't let you save at that point. No, okay, it's not this. I wasn't sure about that. God damn. Need to know more. I got nothing. I legit have nothing. Raj, if you want to help me out with this, you're the one who knows the game. I'm down for it. It's in the employee area. That's the employee area. feel like I don't have the evidence that I need. I mean, also, if Jaren wants to look it up, he's more than happy to do that. Any help would be nice, just to make sure I have, more importantly, all the evidence. Because for some, I feel like I don't have all the evidence. I feel like I'm missing something. That's fine, man, if you can't look it up. Man. Oh, it was that! I was like, I wonder if this is it. Because it's the steak. But it doesn't make sense that it's all about the, like, you know, the evidence. But then I started thinking, what if Hammer tried to put the sleeping pills in her steak? I was legitimately trying to use my brain there. My big brain. And it worked out. Finally. As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. That legit is demon right. That is definitely demon right. What is this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you, it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. I forgot about that. I entirely forgot the plates were bare. Entirely forgot the plates were bare. I legit forgot about that, but yep. Oh, we caught her. Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too! You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere. Like that incinerator? Oh, she gave... I think she realized she gave an emotion. She's like, oh, God, change it back. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was picking on Salmonella. She was meeting the Steel Samurai. Exactly what I said. With one extra word. Oh shit, she was meeting with the Steel Samurai? God damn. Order in my court. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, She ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little preposterous? Presumptuous? Not it's hard to say any P words with Sean Connery, apparently. Not preposterous, presumptuous? Oh? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yeah. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Any day. Or, in other words, make my day. Good luck. Good luck, Nick. There we go. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes. The samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? She used only part of it, because there's a break in the shaft. I think you could. It's not impossible. Well, maybe it's not impossible, but silence. I'm speaking. Poor Edgeworth. I feel really bad for him in this trial. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes. I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention, there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yeah. Take that, Wright. If you still think she did it, show us proof.
Hey, Nick.
There we go.
Look at the data we have on the samurai spear in the court record. Is there something in there that gets to you?
Yeah, it was broken.
Something odd about the samurai spear.
Wait! Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I will have to penalize you. What's this? You're taking back your claim. Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. It's the spear itself. Because it's broken. It was broken. I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast, Edgeworth. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, How is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard.
He's just trying to do his damn job. He's just trying to do his job. Oh dear Lord, Demon Judge. I like though how his mouth kind of stayed the same.
Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Yep, I can tell you what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Look at this photograph. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. There we go. Didn't realize the judge was still talking. Order! Order! In the court, quit talking about all this shit. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Because you're all pissing me off. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago, Your Honor. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes, I am. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about the spear not being the murder weapon until he brought up, like, it wouldn't work because it would probably break off. And I thought about it and I'm like, what would be the other murder weapon then? And I thought about how the fence post was, you know, to the side, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy to murder somebody with. There we go, got it. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the... It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then, she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I can't say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? She's too happy. Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. I'm available. You deny that? You deny that? You deny that what I say is true? You deny that what I say is true. There we go. I hate that type of writing. It's always weird.
Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio One, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio One and returned to the trailer all in the span of a 15-minute break?
I mean, when you put it like that, it's pretty tough to say. Unless you had wheels.
How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio One and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands?
For instance?
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Well, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One. And you used the studio van to do it. Drink it in. Drink it in, man. Recall your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there. Right. I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio One. This is Edgeworth, believe it or not. I believe it. You just can barely see him. You can barely see Edgeworth there. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? I don't think he had to know. Of course he wasn't. Huh. So without Mr. Manella noticing anything, she put the body in the van, then managed to put the body into the costume? Are you seriously suggesting that is possible? Of course I'm not serious. I figured maybe he wasn't. Huh. I was kidding to lighten up the proceedings. Lighten? You can't lighten up a murder. Mr. Wright, the court requests you refrain from making claims in jest. Yes, Your Honor. Of course Sal Manella has to be a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. Figured she'd get her mafia buddies to do it. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun.
I win? So, what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait. So you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order, Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Yeah, this chick's winning this handicap match. She is somehow just dominating right now. What do I do now? Testify again, Miss Vasquez. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers, a waste of time. Damn! Come so far, only to fail. God damn. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I request the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. This is legitimately a handicap match. It's great. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that...
Edgeworth. Good guy, Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Oh god, Demon Maya, you can't see shit. I don't know why you do it either, Raj. I don't know why you do it. Yes, I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Got this shit. Okay, let me know a little bit more here. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But boy, the witness will continue her testimony. Okay. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm. You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? When you normally go looking for the missing person? Yes, I think she's right. Hold on, that's my fanfic of searching for missing person who is accused of murder, possibly. I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out.
Is it just me, or, is it just normal that, you know, a big dude who looks like Wolverine doesn't stand out? Because, to me, a guy that looks somewhat like Wolverine would stand out quite a lot. Just saying. That's just my opinion.
We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing.
Poor Powers. Yes. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. What was everyone else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived at the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence.
God, she's the worst.
Silence. Hey Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Security lady old bag. I just want to look at what I have. bag. A security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going toward the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hannah.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. You asked to be left out?
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us.
Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. That's a good point. That's a good point. You wouldn't have direction notes if it's rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? That looks like literally the beginning of like some video game where they're unmasking the villain, Raj. That's pretty good. I like that.
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why? Yeah.
There was a murder after all.
There was a murder after all, but you didn't find him until afterwards. According to you. So, how did you know a murder had happened before you got there? Why didn't you grab your notes anyways? Because you didn't know a murder happened yet.
Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Oh yeah, I guess. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please continue. There you go. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Order! Order! Quit! Shut the fuck up! Mr. Edgeworth! Hot tag Edgeworth! Yeah, Phoenix was crawling and just got that hot tag in. Edgeworth came in like a house of fire. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. Edgeworth as Ichiban. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Face turn from Edgeworth! We got a face turn! Who expected that in the game? Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? You made this a handicap match, Vasquez. You're the one who screwed yourself. Vasquez screwed Vasquez. It's like when Kevin Owens joined the New Day. Yeah. No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Time out. Hammer wasn't injured. Hammer wasn't injured. It was Powers who was injured, remember? How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Yeah, Wright gets the tag back in. Now they're doing some double team moves. We're gonna get a leapfrog here in a second. They're about to become the world's greatest tag team. Sal, he told me. That's actually a pretty solid explanation. Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this honor here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Maya, the manager, trying to work up Wright and Edgeworth. Yeah, she's on the sideline she's on the, like, batting down on the apron. Alright. I think I know what it is. I'm just going through looking. Yeah, it's this. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? And that right there was a good old-fashioned double super kick. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's true. But that's because he was pretending to be Will Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Especially since Sal was there, he saw it. He told you from your own words that Mr. Hammer was injured, even though he well knew it was Mr. Powers. I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. Wow, literally I just said this whole thing. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You heard Mr. Manila wrong. You saw Hammer limping. Yeah, she saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
And when was he doing this? Tag back into Edgeworth. Here we go. The tag goes right back into Edgeworth. Well, it would have been after he put on the Silver Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Tag back in. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. Yeah, they're hitting the double team. They're about to hit a 3D. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Big Brain Phoenix. Their tag team name. Their tag team name is the Big Brains. Because they're both lawyers. Order! Order! I will have order! God, you people are so annoying this trial. Witness, can you refute this claim? Let's see, what would their finish be? Their finish is called the closing argument. That's their finish. Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, Raj, I couldn't tell you it's a duo in that one. That one I can't see much. Yeah, that one I really can't see much in. Yeah. Let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, she's right there. He was a big star. I mean, I even named a character after him in my fanfiction. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there's a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Yeah, I think I know the motive. Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. Present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive to this murder. I think it's this, because this is the dirt on Hammer. Hammer, mad at that, wanted to finish things. His idea was to take her out. She then, essentially, takes him out of the equation because he was becoming too big of a problem. This is my proof.
This is the photo from before.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. There we go. I don't know why I read that as accidental. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, oh, here we go. We got the tag team moves going now. You, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Fuck. I mean, that was her motive. Like, her motive was the fact that he wanted her dead. Or, at least, mauled to some extent. Like, I feel like the picture is the motive. Oh god, I hate to do this. I hate to say she had no motive, but it feels like she had no true, like 110% motive. But that photo is technically her motive. I mean, I've still got some life left in me, so I can take a hit. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? Or, what's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. That's what I figured. What? What? Your Honor? Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him for all those years. She snapped it in half. Boys, we got her. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah! Miss Vasquez!
What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
Manuel.
Oh, Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No, how could this?
It was an accident. I still don't know why my text is in Comic Sans. I couldn't explain it to you, man. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No, Manuel!
Is it Manuel or is it Manuel? Like, I never know how to really pronounce that name because I've seen it pronounced both ways. I think it's Manuel. That's how I always hear it for the most part. I mean, it makes it easier to read. Don't touch him!
Don't touch him!
Miss Vasquez!
No!
Wait.
No!
A lot of no's in this episode.
Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
We got it. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I'm very impressed, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might put you in the fan fiction now. You're becoming quite the superstar lawyer. Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, you don't have to put me in the fanfic, I'm just saying. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. Yep, the Final Fantasy VII remake drops at midnight. If I had the money, I'd be all over it. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. He already got an Edgeworth and Wright fanfic pre-ordered. Jaren, you pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII? Good, man. Yes, you're right. What kind of fanfic? I don't think he's got an Edgeworth Wright fanfic. Yep, did this morning. Good on you, man. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, go Wolvie!
That is it. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby numero 3. Let's say it ain't PG-14.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad.
Somebody said I'm just glad you're okay. I guess that was me.
I know how that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez.
And I got my 2 terabyte storage device. I got no worries downloading it. Yep.
But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder? It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
don't think there's any evidence of, like, why he wanted to blame him. Yeah, I don't think there's any evidence to, like, prove why he wanted to, I don't know. Guess we'll never know.
Yes.
Of course. Whew. I'm not sure I wanted to go down that road. Oh, I didn't know there was a way I could. I didn't know there was evidence I could show him. I guess it. He was jealous of his mutton chops. Yeah, that's it. He was jealous of the mutton chops. Jealous that he looked like Wolverine.
Congratulations, WP. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume, man. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth.
Hey, bro, we made a great tag team. Yeah, we should team up more, tag team champs of the world, right? Yeah, and you look real pissed. This is awkward. I don't want to be that guy, but Edgeworth, you're making this really into some fan fiction sexual tension. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No. I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Oh, is our little edgy Edgeworth finally getting emotions? He's growing into a real boy.
Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick?
For now we are. I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me.
He's my tag team partner. We're winning tag team gold.
What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
Do we get a flashback? And so the curtain closed on another trial. Judge was writing all that down. He's writing the juicy family. Yeah, the judge comes out of the room. Oh, what's this about Edgeworth and Phoenix? Well, then, Mr. Wright and Mr. Edgeworth. Romantically inclined, eh? Well, listen, this is going to be fun. So the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Oh dear Lord.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Cody, that was the kid's name. Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great the WP gets to play the lead again?
I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. The end. Woo! Chapter 3 done. 2 more chapters to go. Fuck yeah. Dear Lord, that dude in the background. What is up with him and that frill? That dude's frill makes Edgeworth's look pathetic. Brand new episode has been added. Let's save it! Turnabout Goodbyes is the next one. We've got, what, about half an hour until this stream closes? You know what? Let's start a bit of this one. How about it? I don't need to. How about we start a tad bit of this one? We'll get into it. We're not going to go too far. But I want to get into this one. And I don't know what we're doing next week for Throwback Thursday. I might put a poll up on Twitter, so be on the lookout for what we do next Thursday for Throwback Thursday. I think we'll start a bit of this one. Woo! It's been what? 15 years? About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge. What? Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. No! Edgeworth, how could you? How could you, Edgeworth? Oh, man. We're getting some really dramatic shit going on this week. Between that right there, what happened Monday, the fact that we almost went out of business at one point in AIW. It's a drama-filled week on the streams. It's drama week. Oh, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. December 25th, Christmas. 10:08 a.m. Wright and Go Law Offices. Just wait till the next Danganronpa murder. I mean, I might give you guys a little bit. If I stop the stream now, I'm forced to give you guys extra time Friday. Do you want me to do that? I'm forced to at least give you 30 minutes. I've got no early guesses on who's getting murdered. I've got no early guesses on who's going down next. But, I just want to throw this out. Do we stop the stream here, and then I give you guys extra Danganronpa Friday, or do you want me to go a little bit further into this? I think that's a great stopping point, though. Seeing that we just saw Edgeworth kill a man. Or at least it looked like Edgeworth just killed a man. So I'll let you guys decide. Just let me know. Give me a yes or a no. And just in case you guys say yes, I better set things up and get them ready. I think we'll go with this one. No. We can go with that track. Great stopping point by Love Ace Attorney. This game is so fun. I love this game, I love me my trial games, apparently. Between this and Danganronpa. Give me anything that I can go into trial, apparently I'm good with it. So with Jaren saying he's down with more Danganronpa, are we saying... it seems like we're saying we hold off here, we stop here at the point, I'll think about what we're doing next Thursday. I'm not sure yet. It's between our 3 options we've been going through. This, possibly going back to Digimon if I figure that out. You're starting to understand as to why this is my favorite game. I'm just understanding that this game is great. That's the sole reason I need to understand it. And then, we're either going to do this, maybe not this, we'll probably take a break, since we just got through one trial. Hang back to Digimon World 3 to jump back into that. Or, we jump back into the world of Gabriel Dubois with SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Final Fantasy VII Remakes over 80 gigs? God! I need an extra hard drive. God, man, that's a lot of space. Whew! Yeah, I figured that's what you said, Sharon. With that, we will close the stream here. I've got a couple terabyte hard drives, just there's a lot of stuff on those hard drives. And let me get everything set here for it and cue the music. So, with that, we'll be doing something next week. I don't know, it's all going to depend on how I'm feeling, more than anything. Is 85 gigs on PlayStation? But, we'll see, what I'm feeling Thursday. But, either way, thank you guys for being here like always. I appreciate it. And, yeah. If we're gonna get even more drama tomorrow in Danganronpa, I'm so down for it. It has been drama week, and I'm hoping it continues. I'll see you guys tomorrow.